Welcome to Witch Hat Chats, sponsored by the ever-moving We Rise Temple, the Life and Soul Holistic Center, and the Moonlight Potions and Charms. I am your host, Lady Nikki Kirby, and your co-host is Lady Pamela Griffith. Witch Hat Hats is a show for pagans by pagans, and each week, Lady Pam and I will be applying our magical spin and laughter, discussing topics concerning pagans ranging from magical techniques or spirituality and the people in our community with our guest host of the week. So there's quite a lineup of guests, and we are always looking for interesting subjects to bring on the show. So please go to our Facebook page, Witch Hat Chats, and tell us what you think about our show. Who would you like to see, and what topic you would like to know more information about. My name, as I said, is Lady Nikki Kirby. I am also known as Solaris, but you can call me Nikki. I am the third degree clergy and ordained priestess of the Corellian nativist tradition and the head of the ever moving We Rise Temple. So let me introduce you to a lady who knows her stuff and is an elder of the ever moving We Rise Temple, our co host, Lady Pamela Griffith.
Greatest blessings and welcome. My name is Lady Pamela Griffith, or Pamela. I've been with the path for over 50 years and with the Corellian Nativist tradition for nearly 20 years. I'm originally from Baltimore and moved to Florida. I'm a witch school mentor. My full bio is on the website. Nikki, what's going on at Ever Moving We Rise Temple?
Well, Pam, there's a lot of events coming up this month. On July 18th, we'll be hosting our Red Tent led by Lady Pam. So why don't you tell the audience about Red Tent, Pam? Pam?
I'm sorry, Nikki, you have that down for you.
Well, the Red Tent basically is going to be helping us, ladies, be able to discuss topics that most people don't discuss. We kind of dive into the feminine mysteries, and really, there's no topic that's offline. So, that is a great thing. And like I said, our Lady Pam is hosting it. And so, the other events that are happening at our temple will be on July 19th. We'll be hosting our Dark Moon online ritual dedicated to the goddess and the queen of the witches, Hecate. So be with us as we honor the goddess of life, death, and transformation. Bring a key or a Hecate wheel so you can be able to get blessed. And there's going to be a chat afterwards. But we also have a variety of things, including masks, t-shirts, and journals at our store, the Phoenix Rising. And so that website is https and then there's two dots // bit.ly the number two ZC and then little c and then capital letters LFM. So that is the website for that. And we're also taking new members. So please make sure to visit our Facebook page, and that is where you can be able to get to our website.
I heard Moonlight Potions and Charms have received some new products. Nikki, can you explain?
Oh, yeah, we have a whole line of new products. Our new prayer candles for the goddess Hecate, right here. Can you see that really good? Goddess Hecate. And the god Ganesh are now available. So each one has been fixed and prayed for over for so that way all you got to do is just cut the wick and you can just go ahead and light it and use it for immediate use. We also have one more candle, our Van candle right here. And Van is been told about bringing good luck into your life. So if you are having some bad luck, Van will be able to help you out there. And one of the new products that I'm really excited about is our Damn It Cat. Yes, our Damn It Cat. See, life is so much stress, and anxiety, especially since the covert virus. And so, what the Damn It Cat does is when you get stressed out and you just decide that you really need to do something, all you do is just hit them on the thing, damn, 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 and there's your Damn It Cat. And it's so cute. It's got a little tail right there too. And we also have a couple new pentagrams and pentacles. Our wreath, our pentacle wreath, is now available. It looks very good on the wall or on your door. And we also have the little tiny pentacle here too. So there you go. See? And we also have new readings for people so they can be able to get their questions answered about their careers, love, and life.
I heard there will be many altars offered within the week. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. The new altars on the go will be offered during the upcoming week. What they do is they're very small, they're in a little small paint can, and they contain what is necessary for a witch on the go or for a witch who doesn't have a lot of space in one's place. So I'm looking forward to those. So come visit us on the Life and Soul Holistic Center /shop Light Moon Potions Charms.
What is going on at the Laughing Soul Holistic Center?
Oh, thank you, Pam. We are now offering spiritual services to assist the mind and spirit to be aligned as one. Our spiritual services include and spiritual cleaning. You will find where I will be appearing in our witch chat in the website for Witch Chat hats and the information for Witch School Festival online.
Oh, yes. And when is that Witch School Festival online?
Well, the Witch School Festival will be hosted its first online festival September 4th through the 7th. And I'll be speaking on the Witch Talks discussing topics: Does magic exist? And the shadow of the witch. I will also be presenting two classes: Circle and Art Form and What is Dragon Magic. So to get your tickets, go to https :// bit.ly the number 2 and capital letters A P F M and little letters PH. So Pam, I believe that brings.
I believe it's time to bring on this week's guest host.
Okay. So this week, our guest host has taken a musical genre to a whole new level as he incorporates education and practical witchcraft. So I am proud to introduce Cloud, the pagan rapper.
Hello. What's going on? How are you today?
I am good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Wonderful. Thanks for having me on. Absolutely.
So Pam?
Okay, I have a question. There's a lot of pagan songwriters and singers out there, and there's a lot of different genres. Why did you choose rap as your genre?
Well, it's funny. I've always loved rap music, so it kind of became a no-brainer for me after I actually applied myself to writing rap music. I've been playing music a good majority of my life. I play multiple instruments, and I played in a lot of different bands, a lot of different styles of bands, and all of that. So when I finally sat down and wrote a song, a rap song, I had so much fun writing it that I just couldn't stop writing them. So
That's awesome. Music is your passion. When did you discover it, that it was your passion?
I would say when I was about 6. Uh, I started taking piano lessons when I was about 6 years old, and from there, I always just loved the idea of creating music. Um, and yeah, I never really looked back on that. I've been playing majority of my life.
Nikki, you have to unmute.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So, who or what was your biggest influence?
Well, it's when it comes to like hip hop, per se, I would probably say a lot of the like New York rappers from the area, you know, Jay-Z, Notorious B.I.G., people who would rap and they would tell stories, you know, like Nas or from like the Chicago area, talking like Common, people who made a point with their rap and rapped about what was going on in their communities and how things happening outside of their communities would affect them. And so that spirit of hip hop is what I try to bring with my music through for the pagan community.
Okay, so did you ever decided to try to dabble in other types of genres, or was it just rap from the get go, and that's just where you stayed?
Oh no, I've played in metal bands, punk rock bands, acoustic projects, folk projects. I've played in all sorts of different projects. I even had a couple joke bands going for a little bit. And I didn't really start actually focusing on rap until sometime last year. I have a YouTube channel called Moon Willow Magic. And on that channel, I was focusing what I called the Wicked Music Experiment, where I was writing different songs with pagan inspired lyrics and throughout different genres of music. For example, I have a blues song written. I have a couple songs that sound like Christian rock. You know, I have a song that sounds like a country song. And I've just kind of like touching on the basis. So I had to do a rap song. And when I wrote that original rap song, that was when I was like, I'm going to do a whole album of this, because it really spoke to me and I had a lot of fun doing it. And everybody that heard it was like very, you know, responsive to it. So I was like, hey, let's keep going with it. And there really isn't anybody out there doing pagan rap music. I mean, there's a few, but there's really not many. So why not, you know?
So, was becoming a pagan like a decision for you? I mean, were you a part of another religion before you came into paganism, or was it something that was a tradition in your family? So, why did you become pagan?
I actually got booted out of Bible school when I was like 6 or 7 for acting out too much. And, you know, my father was awesome in the respect that he never forced religion upon me. Um, and, you know, other family members and all of that, as I was getting older, it became more of an issue. But I found paganism when I was 15. And, you know, just kind of like searching around for what I believed in. And upon coming across Wicca via books and such, it really resonated with me. And that is when I began studying and then eventually practicing.
Your song, I was listening to your CD, and your song, Take a Look Around, from your Misconception CD, was very touching. I was amazed at the honor that you did the goddess. What inspired you to write this particular song?
Well, I wanted to make sure that I had at least one song on the album to be sure that it was devotional. I really follow the teachings of the god and the goddess, and I love my path that I walk. I love who I am as a person, and who I am as a person is granted to me because of the goddess. So why wouldn't I write a devotional song to her? You know? Now I didn't go into like specific deity on it because I wanted to keep it open so that it would resonate with other witches as well, for them to have that kind of, you know, devotional feeling from the song as well.
That's really awesome. How many CDs do you currently have out on the market?
Just the one. It came out April 27th. It hasn't been out very long as of right now, but I gotta say, I'm already working on another one. So, you know, pardon me. Ooh.
So your song "Take a Look Around" from your Misconception CD, it was very profound when I actually listened to it, and I was touched by the honor that you shared with the
Nikki,
host.
we already went over that question.
It's
Oh, I'm
okay.
sorry.
We're just
I'm
having a
sorry.
chat here. So
That's okay. No,
No big deal. Um, each song on your Misconception CD is kind of different.
yep.
So, what is your inspirations when you write your songs?
So the way that I write is first it starts with the beat, the music itself. And I write how I feel, how that beat makes me feel, and then I take that and write lyrics in that vein. I don't usually write lyrics before I hear the music. I let the music take me to where the lyrics are going to go.
Okay, so when you write the music, are you in like a certain mood, or does that really matter?
Well, it depends. Like I said, like I basically feel the vibrations of the music and how it resonates with me, and then I go from there. You see, because you know, sometimes I write from a particular mood, or sometimes I want to portray a different mood. Um, for an example, there's a song on there called "Scene from a Convenience Store" that is a very, very angry song, right? But I was actually in a really good mood when I wrote that, and it's just because I wanted to portray that anger of somebody being discriminated against for being pagan in a convenience store, you know, and so the album is meant to depict pagan life, and it's meant to talk about issues that we deal with as pagans, as well as the devotional and practical side of magic. So I kind of try to touch all bases. And that's a lot of the reason on why every song sounds a little bit different, because the album is actually formulated that way to take you on a ride emotionally for things that you can relate to and things that, you know, come up throughout life. So
that's really awesome. Um, you're one of the very few rappers in pagan music. I think probably the only one. So I was just wondering, how do you think you're perceived by your fellow brothers and sisters in the music world in paganism?
well, as of right now, so far, I have been getting excellent responses from everybody. Everybody that has heard my music has been like, wow, I've never heard anything like that. And that's enough for me. Like I really just thankful that people are even listening to it and picking up the message that I'm actually trying to portray with the album. And so there are a few other pagan rappers out there, but I can count them on one hand, the amount that I actually know. And I've actually been reached out to by a couple other pagans that are interested in trying to rap. So that's pretty cool to be able to, kind of branch it out. And, even if I don't do all great sales wise and all of that, just the fact that I put this album out is enough for me. And to be able to kind of say, it doesn't matter what kind of music you're into. If you want to put a pagan spin on it, you want to do devotional and you want to, rap about witchcraft or whatever it is, you can do that. There's nothing written in the book of being a pagan that says you can't, you know? So
That's really awesome because rap is so different, and to hear that genre in the pagan world, I think it opens up more channels. Your songs follow the pagan path so clearly. Are you solitary or a part of a coven or group?
I am actually part of a coven. I actually lead the coven. And we are a small, very tight knit, very well bonded coven in South Jersey, called the Moon Willow Circle, call ourselves. And we've been together as a coven going on 5 years now. We're still in that fourth year, but we're going on five. Um, I was a solitary for quite some time. And then It was when I got out of the military, and I didn't have a very good transition back into civilian life. So I ended up, making a lot of mistakes. And then when I finally started putting myself back together, that was when I really dove into my studies. And that was when I went and found the Coven, did a year and a day classes with them, and, went through all of the processes. I still study different traditions to this day. Like I've recently signed up with Witch School to study the Corellian tradition, mainly because I just want to study another tradition. And I'm on lesson 3 of that, so I'm not exactly very far into that yet, but we're still planning on finishing that. So
Well, that's pretty awesome right there.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Your mic. Your mic.
Nikki, you'll need to unmute again.
Yeah, your mic.
Sorry about that.
Oh, good.
So, all right. Honestly, I don't listen to rap, but when I heard a pagan rap, I was like, okay, what is this? Is this a thing? Do you get those kind of reactions?
Oh,
to it?
absolutely. So I think one of the reasons on why a lot of pagans don't like rap music is because of the content behind most rap music. Most rap music is about, a style of life that a lot of people don't understand. They don't live that life. They don't get it. Like in a lot of rap nowadays, especially nowadays, it's all about drugs, money, sex, girls, gang stuff. And it's not. That is kind of like where hip hop has gone because of the culture that created hip hop, because of the situations that they find themselves in. So they are, when hip hop was created, it was meant to, give a voice to people who feel like they didn't have one at the time. And it's poetry put to a beat, and I love what it stands for, hip hop itself. And that's one of the reasons on why I decided to rap. And I honestly think that with time, I think more pagans are going to kind of wrap their head around it and be like, oh, this is actually pretty good, because you think about it, us as pagans, we love drumming, drum circles, energetic drums to build energy in circle, and everything that we do as pagans revolving around drumming and revolving around music and ritual and all of that. And then there's also poems and a lot of poetry written about paganism and written by Wiccans. You combine the two together, you have rap music. So I'm surprised it's actually not more of a thing myself, but
Well, I think it's how you look at is what I think it is, because when you were saying, when we chant usually when it comes to drumming or a rattle or something like that. And to say that that's rap, that kind of shows you a different point of view. I really do, enjoy that. Because there's Christian rap out there. And
yep.
when Christian rap came out, I'm like, really? But, so why should there not be pagan rap?
Agreed. That's one of the reasons why I decided to, write 14 rap songs, or, like I just, I love hip hop. I always have, and when you're an artist, it doesn't matter what genre you're working with or what style of paint that you paint with or whatever it is that you do. If you write paper poetry or slam poetry or spoken word or anything that you do as an artist is an extension of yourself. It is expression. So however we decide to express ourselves, then that's really what matters in the end.
Your song, I was listening to your CD and I actually did listen to a few songs.
Thank you.
The Rule of Three. How do you see yourself, as a singer or a teacher?
In that song is literally meant as a warning to young witches to think before they start playing around with magic.
It was an interesting song. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. It's there's a few songs on there that are meant specifically for the young beginner witch. That do your research is another one where it's literally do your research, because the way our community works, we have there is study involved. You can't just jump in and start practicing witchcraft without reading a book or two or meeting up with a coven, or you know what I mean. If you want to remain solitary, that's fine, but you still have to study and find what works for you within the path. And a lot of people don't understand that. And so what happens is they start saying, oh, I'm a witch, and then they read like one book or they watch like 3 or 4 YouTube videos, and then boom, here we are. I'm a witch, and now I have my own YouTube channel. And since I am relatively charismatic and I know how to use social media, I have 100,000 followers, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of there's a few touches on that in the album as well. Kind of like make sure that if this is a path you're going to walk, you're going to walk it, not just talk it. I should actually, that's a lyric. I got to write that down.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're inspiring the muse as we speak.
Yes, absolutely.
I have to ask, I listened to Try to Understand. Is that a true story?
It is a true story for a fellow pagan of mine that used to be in a previous coven of mine. And I did get permission before I wrote that song. It was something, and that was the second song that I wrote, Try to Understand. So I wrote that song as a matter of, I wanted to tell a story. I wanted to depict what it's like and what it feels like when people disregard your beliefs, or people, treat pagans as we're being taboo, or we're being outside of the box per se, instead of just living our life and walking the path we want to walk. And that song means a lot to me. It didn't happen to me per se. It happened to somebody else. But I was also the person there who gave her the shoulder to cry on when this happened. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, so it's a direct experience, but it's more based on somebody else's story.
So on your songs, are you the only voice on your songs, or do you have somebody else?
Okay, so 2 of these songs on the album have a voiceover in the beginning. And if you get a physical CD, there's an intro that's on the physical CD. And I think it's on the Bandcamp, but it's not available for streaming because I'm not going to charge somebody $1 for a 15-second intro. And she is the high priestess of our coven. And we sat down and we did the voiceovers in one day for it. She's properly credited in the album and everything. And her name is Lady Bridget. There is a lot of wonderful work that she's putting together right now as well. So you're probably going to be hearing from her more as we go through with my career in music and YouTube and all that other stuff, because she's probably going to be a big part of what I'm doing.
So a lot of your songs have a lot of good information, which is really, really good. So is the songs based off of research and previous knowledge, or do you just research them, or how do you kind of gather that information?
Well, I do a lot of research on a regular basis when it comes to witchcraft myself, and my path has grown quite eclectic because of this. You see, our coven isn't based off of a specific tradition. We are an eclectic coven, and we're basically a group of other witches that get together to practice magic. but we all come from different paths. So, for example, we have somebody that practices dragon magic in our coven. We have somebody that practices Norse magic in our coven. So it's not really like a specific tradition. What we do is we incorporate parts from everybody else's traditions so they have a little piece of them in circle. But we also teach. And when we say that we teach in our coven, it's more of a guiding thing. We teach the basics, how to work with energy, meditation, your basic witchcraft 101. And then from there, what we do is we let them set their wings free and we guide them to find what works for them. And if it's something that we haven't worked with before, I personally will study that with them to help them along on their path. So it's kind of a different sense of how we run things compared to like a traditional coven per se, but it's we've definitely helped a lot of people find their way. So, it's a blessing to be able to do that.
Okay, so you're just getting started with the pagan rap and everything. Where do you see yourself and the genre in about 5 to 10 years?
I still think there's only going to be like 6 or 7 pagan rappers out there doing it. To be honest, I don't see it popping off right away, but that's just me. There's a lot of work to be done when it comes from an acceptance standpoint and all of that. And to be honest with you, I think the best way for it to be would be for me to continue to collaborate with other musicians and other musicians within the community, not even within the genre themselves. Just, like do a song with, like a folk singer and come on and drop a little rhyme in one of their music breaks or something, and just kind of incorporate and mold it into the pagan community a little bit more. I think that it's going to take some time, but it will eventually become more of a thing. But 5 years, I might be a little.
5 years? Oh, we see you out there in big stars and lights. How's that?
Well, that would be wonderful. As soon as the coronavirus stops, then I could get on the road and really start, pitching the pagan rap to the rest of the nation and the world. But right now, with the festival shut down, there isn't really much I can do except be here and continue writing.
We do know that like a lot of the venues have shut down. A lot are now going online. With this Corona-19, I know it's really messed with a lot of the pagans in many, many different businesses because they build up for these shows. How are you guys holding on right now?
Well, I mean, I'm doing generally okay. My family, we're doing just fine. We're being smart. We're wearing masks and we're bringing sanitizer with us, and we're doing the right thing that we should be doing to make sure that we don't spread and or catch said virus. But it's hard when, and it's just something that's kind of funny that I'm definitely being tested. I'm sure that the goddess has laid a path out for me when it comes to this venture into a music career and everything. But in her wonderful sarcasm has kind of said, okay, you're gonna put your album out and then you're not gonna be able to tour. So we're rolling with it. We're just gonna keep following the signs and keep going with it, and that's eventually it's going to work.
That's really awesome, because sometimes that goddess will use that 2x4 piece of rebar to get our attention. Now that you can't do live, have you looked at doing more online videos?
Yes. So as I mentioned earlier, I have a YouTube channel called Moon Willow Magic. On there, I talk about witchcraft ideas. I do the occasional kitchen witch video. I think I only got like 2 of those up. But my music, as it keeps going and evolving, is going to remain being posted on that on a regular basis. And as soon as I can get a bunch of people together and we're not doing the social distancing and all that, I'm going to start shooting some videos for songs on the album and stuff like that. And I want to portray these videos as like a traditional rap video would be, with a whole bunch of people involved and all of that. So I have to kind of wait and sit on that for a little bit. But until then, I'm going to be focusing on doing some live performances via live streaming, and focusing on doing like a couple like solo videos here and there, maybe a freestyle here or there, or something like that, you know. But it's not really, there's not really a plan right now because everything's so up in the air. But I'm just going to keep cranking out videos on the YouTube channel, and you know, keep doing what I do. So pardon me.
Oh, so you said earlier, you know, when we was actually off screen, that you were going to be coming up with a podcast. So how soon do you think you'll be able to do that?
Oh, that's going to be coming, but we're not ready to full on announce that yet. We are in the planning process and in the like piloting process, if you will. So there's something coming down the rails for a little bit, but I can't think. But it is going to be more of a satirical look at witchcraft than, you know, your it's going to be educational but still kind of comedic. So we're not really um, taking ourselves too seriously with the idea, and we're just gonna go and have fun, and that's really what it's all about. We're gonna have fun, and that's something that I've got, but we're not ready to go on it just yet. So I don't want to give the name or anything, any kind of announcements right away. But there is going to be something coming down the line.
Okay, so do you think it's going to be just audio, or do you think it's going to be video, or a combination, or are you not
Uh,
sure
we're gonna
there?
keep it just audio. Um, there's a lot that goes into video. You know yourself, running this show, and you know, like I know from doing YouTube and all of that. And given with the YouTube and all the other stuff I do, because you know, without too shameless of a plug here, I also make YouTube videos for International Pagan Radio, and so I'm the YouTube host for that station. So you know, I have my hands in a lot of pots, and editing audio is hard enough in itself. For me to have to edit audio and video again and again and again, you know, seeing as I do all these other things, it's kind of like, all right, we're going to keep this just audio, and we're going to let people think about what they're talking about and build their own pictures in their mind about the ideas that we're talking about. So,
Okay, well, now it's time for the song, and to honor our guest host, Cloud the Pagan Rapper. I am proud to announce that we will be showing his video, Misconceptions.
yeah.
So, Cloud, do you have anything you'd like to say before we start to show it?
Yes, this video was shot in 30-degree weather, and it was very cold outside when we shot it. And my brother-in-law took care of the shooting of it, the editing of it, and everything like that. So I can't thank him enough for that. And we shot it in my backyard, um, and it was kind of like a thing. We did like 4 or 5 takes of it, and then you know we did our best to sync it up. And that's kind of how videos are going to be from coming from me until the actual, you know, pandemic's good and we can not have to social distance so much, so that I can like throw a barbecue and shoot a video there, you know. So it's like I have to like I have to kind of pick and choose my battles with how we're doing this video. But this video is excellent. The song is one of my favorites on the album. I'm really proud of the delivery that I put forward on the song. The beat is excellent, and I really hope you guys like it. Definitely.
All right, so here our song of the week is Misconceptions. So.
Oh shit. Yeah. Let them know, Cloud. Ha. Let them know, Cloud. Yeah. So many misconceptions. Seriously. I'm gonna have to break this down real quick. Let them know, Cloud. Yeah, here we go again. Cloud here kicking knowledge in your ears again. And you know in this flow there's no use to none. Real quick, where my witches at? Get your athletes out while I'm killing this track and help me build up some energy. Get some hands nodding and moving to the groove. Spiral dancing, yo, and stomping your feet. Yup, but let me cleanse the spirit though. Pagan rap music, come on, do you feel me, bro? A different kind of individual, you know I'll be wildin' when I change up my styling. I roll up in the pagan pride with the fresh new ball cap cocked to the side. Zipper booty pentacles on fleek. I'm even rocking bass khakis with the cuffs of the crease. You know my style's unique. I'm just a wicked high priest with a love for the streets. And I'ma be just who I be, an eclectic wicked with a wide range of beliefs. I'm speaking out for all you seekers and sages, seeking only the light, keeping your darkness in cages. Yo, my book of shadows open and my writing is jaded, cause the people still out there thinking we all about Satan. Some of us are, but most of us aren't. When it comes to Wicca, that's where most people start. Misconceptions of my craft make me wanna clap back, so I drop a new track. Yeah. My lyrics are incendiary. Let me check my itinerary. A quick lessons about to start, about the idea of the light and the dark. So grab yourself some stationery. Let me know when everybody's ready. Let me tell you things to think about and get you thinking for yourself and not to what the masses scheme about. I'm feeling give your life a balance, that's all you gotta think about. I'm only here just to plant a seed that not everybody out there follows the wicked read up. I'm tired of misconceptions and witchcraft. Let them know, Cloud. People gotta know where we stand. Let them know, Cloud. It's a path of self-responsibility. Self-discipline, self-development, that's right. Let them know, Cloud. You say I'm going to hell? Yo, I think it's funny, take a look at yourself. Pushing on me eternal damnation. Yo, it's just a culmination of your hatred. Can't have the light without dark, and you can't have just the dark without a spark. You see, there's a fucking balance of things, and it wouldn't be fair without both, you see. Let's think back to Horus and Set. They used to battle every night and the winter be set. The summer ball bringing on the night when everybody's dancing in the pale moonlight. Next day, the sun will come back when Horus steps up and kicks Set's ass. This story passed from the Egyptians is one of many explaining my position. Good and evil explained in a secular tiff. Also, Horus' birthday was December 25th. Oh, damn. Did your mind just shift a bit? Did I offend you, make you cry a little bit? Why don't you just try thinking for yourself? Ain't nobody watching like no elf on the shelf. And like I said, there's a balance of things. You don't want nobody to keep pulling on your strings, right? Let them know, Cloud. Let them know, Cloud. Yeah.
And we are back. And so, welcome back to Witch Hat Chats, sponsored by the Evermost We Rise Temple, the Laughing Soul Holistic Center, the Moonlight Potions and Charms. I am your host, Lady Nikki Kirby, and our co host is Lady Pamela Griffith. And we are talking to Cloud, the pagan rapper, about our topic this week, which is pagan rap. So now Cloud's going to be performing for us live. So let me introduce you to the song that he's going to sing called Take a Look Around. Take it away, Cloud.
Let me just cue it up real quick. I had the other song queued up. Hold on one second here. Just play around for a second, and we will be good to go in a few seconds. All right.
All right.
Whenever you have need of anything, once a month, and better it be when the moon is full, there you shall assemble in some secret place and adore the spirit of she, who is queen of all witches. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. Great mother, darksome and divine, may I walk with you through these dark times, cause the world's gone crazy, but I'll still get mine. And now I'm hearing your pleas to show affection for life. The love you pour out upon the earth is something I adore, and I won't be deterred. Even if the world pushes back now, even when I'm smacked down, I'll be humble back down. Searching for her shall avail you, though. She is of all things everywhere you go. So just go outside and take a look around. In the beauty of nature's where love can be found. I stand with her in the dark of the night, with my arms raised high under her moonlight. Out here with my sisters and brothers, we draw you down to be revered by our coven. Do you want to know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. If you're being cynical, that all acts of love and pleasure are her rituals. Take the time to watch the sunset, or a young baby girl when she takes her first steps. Her beauty is all over the place. It is sad that some people treat her with disgrace. We gotta be better to her and to one another. It should be our job to take care of our mother. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. Great goddess of the unknown, and all your aspects made mother a crone. I'm here, please guide me with your wisdom. Can't seem to get these feelings out of my system. When I feel lost, I say a little prayer, you see, cause I know that you'll be there for me. Close the clear things I don't see. Close my eyes, meditate on you, and you'll just breathe. Oh, Lady Moon of the stars and seas, open the door to see things unseen. Let me be free to see both sides of me, so that I may banish things that I don't need. To be free from this anger and greed, as I will it, so mote it be. Do you really want to know? Yeah. Do you really want to know? Do you really want to know? If you really want to know, just take a look around. She is everywhere. Seek her within yourself. Seek her in everything. Take a look around. She has been with us from the beginning. And she is what is came at the end of desire. Take a look around. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. And we are really blessed because Cloud is now going to perform another song. We're taking all we can get today, and it's called Community. Cloud, take it away.
All right. This is one of my favorite songs. Now, this song, the backing track, there's actually one of those voiceovers I was talking about beforehand with this song. And this song was meant to be written as a way to bring our community back together instead of all of the infighting between different traditions and different ideas and all of that. So, without any further ado, here's Community. Yo, you know, I never really understood why pagans hate on other pagans. I mean, we're all in this together, right? I mean, come on. I don't know. Just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Flying around the sun on this giant blue sphere. Life's a celebration, so let's spread a little cheer. Just share the love and don't hold no fear, cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. South wind that may bond and all the in-between. Open your mind up to everything, and don't worry about the past, yo, just live right here, cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. Sometimes I stop and think where I fit in this life and what it means to me. Contemplating my place and what I can bring. Yo, I'm asking myself, what am I offering? The gods have given me so much, you see. Now I'm through asking what the world can do for me. We're all on this rock together, so as pagans, yo, we really should be better. Flying around on this giant blue sphere. Life's a celebration, so let's spread a little cheer. Just share the love and don't hold no fear, cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. South wind that may bond and all the in-between. Open your mind up to everything, and don't worry about the past, yo, just live right here, cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. Looking back on old times as a young witch, learning about the divine, and always searching for answers, trying to find my guides. You know, I had it rough, but eventually I found mine. It's not about whose path is better than whose path, or what degree that you got from what class. It's about how we all have the chance to taste ourselves and connect with the land. If you really take the time to learn, find yourself a teacher for a year and a day term, or try to learn about the summer land and how to use the power that resides in your hands. Be it in the coven or a solo practitioner, what really matters is your love for Mother Earth and whatever form you choose to believe. So now they're talking taco, that shit's ice cream. Flying around the sun on this giant blue sphere. Life's a celebration, so spread a little cheer. Just share the love and don't hold no fear, cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. The south wind that may bond and all the in-between. Open your mind up to everything, and don't worry about the past, yo, just live right here, cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. What I'm saying, pagans, is stop the hate and let these new witches be and try to educate. Yo, we can't be mad for their ignorance if we're not even gonna give them a fair chance. We gotta come together as a community, and if you wanna be true to what we believe, 8 words a wicked read fulfill, and at harm none, do what ye will. Fly around the sun on this giant blue sphere. Life's a celebration, so spread a little cheer. Just share the love and don't hold no fear, cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. The south wind that may bond and all the in-between. Open your mind up to everything, and don't worry about the past, yo, just live right here, cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. Yeah. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. We're all in this together, guys. Yeah. Pagan proud, y'all.
Thank you, Cloud. That was amazing.
Thank you.
So, what is the backstory on both of the songs?
Okay, so take a look around. As we discussed earlier, is a devotional tune strictly for the goddess, and if you can't tell by the lyrics are inspired by the charge of the goddess. So, pardon me. And that was like the main thing, is to a lot of people focus so much on the goddess, what kind of deity, what kind of aspects particular deity takes them to, but when it comes down to it, she can be found everywhere. You know, she is of all things, in all things, and that is why I portrayed this to take a look around. If you're really looking for the goddess, she's everywhere. You know. Now, Community came spawned from me. I actually wrote that song after reading a witch war on Facebook. people were arguing about stuff, and there was a little bit of Wiccan bashing going on there and all of that. And I was just like, why is this even a thing right now? Like, the more we argue with each other as a community of pagans, the more splintered we get, and the further splintering happens. And then you have even more traditions coming up, because people are being told their ideas are wrong. And that person's like, well, no, I'm not wrong. So I'm going to go write a book now. And then that book's going to get published. They're going to influence more people, So, and it just makes it broader and broader and broader and broader and broader. So if we come together as a community, we can really get some really good work done for our community, for our religion, for our practice. So that's kind of the whole point behind community.
So basically, I do agree with community. I think that we ought to come together because, as pagans, we believe a little bit differently than what the mainstream religions are. And so I believe that we can come together, and no, we're not always going to agree on everything, but then again, mainstream religions, they don't always agree on everything either.
That's
so
true.
It's really good. It's what makes us unique, So do you have another song for us?
I have one more that I can do that is PG enough to play on the show. Because I do try to portray music as real as possible. I consider it real witch, real talk, authentic ideas, and with that does come some anger, and with that will come some swearing and stuff like that. And we're going to try to keep that to a minimum today. So I have one more track on here that I can do, maybe two, but I have one more actually ready to go.
All right. And let's let it go.
We're going to let it go. All right. One more track. Let me just bring this up here. So this song. Say again. This song is called Get Your Mind Right. And it is a track that I wrote. I was feeling really good one day, and I decided that I was going to write to this beat that's a very feel-good beat. And I wanted to talk about a day in the life of a pagan. Like I have Circle later tonight. So what do you do before Circle to get ready for Circle? Well, this is what I do, So without any further ado, let's get into Get Your Mind Right. Yeah. So y'all feeling this vibe right here? I know I am. Yeah. And we have a circle tonight, yeah. And we have a circle tonight, yeah. Yo, feeling really good today. Yo, it's time to take a trip just to get away. Yo, since I woke up, I've been feeling this vibe that it's time to get ready for the circle tonight. Straight ahead a bit to make this left, yo, I'm going to my spot to relieve a little stress when I get out to my place where I like to meditate out here in the mother's embrace. I sit down, I close my eyes, I put my hands on the ground, then I clear my mind. Gonna take a little bit, but I'll get there in time. I'm just pushing off the pressure of this daily grind. You're never really sure just what you'll find out here in nature if you spend enough time. Right, let it organize and let the stress vent till my spirit takes over and I connect. Here it is, nice and night, getting together with my coven, all right. We have a circle on the Sabbath night, so let me make sure that I get my mind right. Here it is, the nice night, getting together with my coven, all right. We have a circle on the Sabbath night, so let me make sure that I get my mind right. Control your breathing, yo, that's the way. Listen to the wisdom, you'll be whisked away. The goal is to get your mind to a place to where the day it just slips away. Back from the hunt for spiritual peace, I say goodbye to the gods, but I don't want to leave. But I gotta get back to where it's civilized. Got a few things I gotta grab for the night. I pull into the liquor store. I grab a bottle of wine and then I grab a couple more. Check the clock, yo, I still got time. So let me shoot through and go see my girl Kai. A tradition of ours since 2009. And yo, we get a little high and we kill some time. Sit around and chill till we're both feeling fine. I play some video games and while we wait for the night. Here it is, tonight's the night. Getting together with my coven, all right. We have a circle on the Sabbath night, so let me make sure that I get my mind right. Here it is, tonight's the night. Getting together with my coven, all right. We have a circle on the Sabbath night, so let me make sure that I get my mind right. Yo, here we are, yo, it's time to blow. Don't forget to save the game before we go. It's off to the realm of the candlelight, where we're chanting and dancing in our sacred rite. We all get together, yo, blessed be, and we set up the altar and do some cleansing. Drinking meat and wine, yo, we're having a blast till we all group up in the circles cast. Yeah. I ain't gonna tell y'all what we do in circle. That's our business.
You know that's right.
Yes. Love that song. Definitely one of my favorites on the album. Who am I kidding? They're all my favorite.
I was like, say, you have a
sorry.
favorite? Go ahead, Pam.
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead.
Oh, that was really, really great. Rich. I'm sorry, Cloud.
Right. Anybody that follows me on Facebook knows my real name anyway.
So, do you have a Facebook page that is for Cloud?
I do. And you can find it if you go and look for Cloud Raps Wicca, all one word. And it'll come right up. And I'm very active on Facebook. So I'm more active on Facebook than I am anywhere else, really. Between Facebook and YouTube, that's probably where I'm at the most. But you can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, all at Cloud Raps Wicca. And you can find me on TikTok. So I'm trying to do the TikTok thing as well. I'm still trying to figure out how to actually use that app, but yeah, we're pretty much everywhere. And if you just search up Cloud Raps Wicca, you'll find me.
Well, that's really great. I'd love to hear that kind of music. It's great to see a new and upcoming star, but it's also cool that you have a lot of background that you're doing so your songs are more from the heart and the soul rather than just what's going on in the news today or repeating politics, which I was always under the impression that's what rap was. My bad.
Well, I mean, rap music in itself talks about life. It talks about what's going on in people's lives, in communities' lives, all of that. So, I mean, to bring up political points in rap, that is something that is done, and I have done in the past. But I won't post something like that on an album or submit it to be played on a radio station or anything like that. Because that's more of an opinionated thing, and what I'm portraying here is something different. I'm more of myself,
That's really cool. How does your family and all feel about this new fame you have?
Well, my wife is very excited for me. She's very happy about everything. And to be honest with you, I was an anxious mess the entire time I was getting ready to release the album and all of that. So I got to shout her out for, really kind of being a rock for me during that time. And, my coven aptly nicknamed her the wife of legends. And she really is a wife of legends. I mean, she's a legendary woman. And so she has been very supportive, very happy for me with all of this that's been happening for me. And, like I said, as soon as I could get out and tour and see, get to these festivals and all of that, it's really going to be surreal for me. My family, outside of my wife and them, everybody's been supportive for the most part. My stepmother, she doesn't really get it. But For the most part, it's been very well responded. Everybody that has been a part of this wave that I'm currently riding is been really supportive and very helpful about everything. And a lot of the other pagan musicians have been very helpful to me as well when it comes to giving me advice and stuff like that. So, and the people that run the, pagan radio stations that play my music and stuff, everybody has been really, really awesome in kind of helping me out when it comes to the actual process of the business and all of that. So I gotta say, I'm really blessed. I'm very, very happy with everything, the way it's been going.
Well, you seem to be a bit of a trailblazer because this is a whole new genre of music. Traditionally, most of pagan music was folk music.
That is true.
Wasn't
Folk
even rock
or
and
metal.
roll.
Yeah, folk or metal. That's it.
That's all you had.
Yeah.
So, do you have any advice for some of the other up and comings?
Just write. Just keep writing, and that it sounds cliche to say that, but you got to write from your heart. You got to write in the way that your muses guide you to write. It can't be you can't be forced. You have to write from your heart. You have to write what you want to write, not what you think you should write. And that is something that a lot of things do, especially with like mainstream music outside of the pagan genre. I don't know if you guys have been listening to any of the stuff that's been coming out, but it literally all sounds the same. Like a template is being put forward, and they have a guy who generally looks good, can't sing, but they put an auto-tune on his voice, so it makes it sound like he can kind of sing a little bit, and they throw it out there, and here you are. Not everybody that's popular in music does that, but you can tell the copies and you can tell the people that are authentic, and that's not even what in the spirit of writing pagan music, to be writing from a pagan standpoint. That's not something you want to do. You want to work with your own energy, your own self, if you're going to portray something like that. Your own inner power has to be what's there. So for all the up and coming pagan musicians such as myself, we just have to keep doing what's in our hearts, what's in our spirits, like what's moving us. Oh.
So we have time for one more song. So, Cloud.
Let me see what I have available here for you. Okay, so I can do, since we did talk about it earlier, I will do. You guys want me to do? I'll leave it up to you, ladies. Do you guys want me to do the rule of three or try to understand?
Pam, you think the rule of three would be a good one? Pam, let's go ahead with the rule of three.
Rule of three?
Yeah.
All right, you got it. Let me get a drink of water. This is one of the harder ones to do live. All right. Let's go. Okay. Yo. Where my witches at? Yeah. You might want to think about it. What's your intent? Are you messing with forces that you don't understand? The rule of three might come and kick your ass. Another plague of casting spells without a clear plan. Just think about it. What's your intent? Are you messing with forces that you don't understand? Rule of three might come and kick your ass. Another plague of casting spells without a clear plan. I can rap about selling drugs, killing people. But I don't sell drugs and I don't kill people. I can rap about whatever I wish. So my mission is to help and guide the young witch. But I'm not some all-knowing sage, just a short fat guy with a voice in the brain. People looking at my craft like it's some kind of game. This pagan rap bitches, I ain't ain't got no shame. It's all good though, let's bury that hat shit. The topic of the day is the use of magic. The people want to cast spells and love and pay the bills. Try to talk spirits just to get some cheap thrills. Let me help you through, what's what you do. What you send out might come back to you. You throw a spell out with the wrong intent and watch a spell backfire in your energy spent. But it's the idea, the rule of three, and it's really up to you if you want to believe what you send out comes back threefold. It's the same idea as karma, truth be told. People don't listen and end up in positions and they're calling me like the universe didn't listen. Well, did you hold firm your intention, the center and ground? I guess I'm gonna have to break it down. Might want to think about it. What's your intent? You're messing with forces that you don't understand. The rule of three might come and kick your ass. Another plague of casting spells without a clear plan. Just think about it. What's your intent? Are you messing with forces that you don't understand? The rule of three might come and kick your ass. Another plague of casting spells without a clear plan. Magic is manipulating energy. And if energy is everywhere, then what's that mean? Think about it for a sec. Hold on, do the math. Is anything you put out there can shift others' paths. You write your spell on a selfish tip, and you very well could cause the world to shift. If not for you, then for someone else. So you better plan now to clear intent for your spell. One more thing about this rule of three. Yo, the changes that it makes, they can be unseen. Never so subtle, but one day you will be just wondering why things never came to be. Think clearly if you want to succeed when you try to cast magic in the rule of three. Remember what I said, Joe, and take it from me, because it's up to you if you really want to believe. Might want to think about it. What's your intent? Are you messing with forces that you don't understand? The rule of three might come and kick your ass. Another plague of casting spells without a clear plan. Just think about it. What's your intent? Are you messing with forces that you don't understand? The rule of three might come and kick your ass. Another plague of casting spells without a clear plan. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. I am having so much fun performing these songs for you ladies. I gotta say, if you want another one, just let me know, and I'll do try to understand too. I'm feeling the vibe right now. I'm not gonna lie, but
So, what would be any last comments, and where can they find you?
okay. So last comments are, I really put a lot of myself into this album. And through listening to it, you can tell that I definitely put a lot of myself into it. I really care about the craft. I care about, the community as a whole. And it's something that I've always felt very strongly about. And I hope that through listening to my music, you guys can tell how much care that I actually put into the craft, into the community, and what we do for pagan music in general. So if you are interested, if you've liked what you've heard today and you're interested, you can find my music on go to cloudrapswicca.bandcamp.com, and you can find my Bandcamp there. And from there, you can do a digital download, or you can do a physical CD, which I will physically mail you a copy of my CD. And if you want, I'll even sign it. So you can find that on Bandcamp. And you can also find it on Spotify, DistroKid, or Spotify and Apple Music, Amazon Music, basically everywhere on there. It's on iHeartRadio. So we are really hoping that, I can get the word of pagan rap, that it's even a thing that exists out there. I really do appreciate everything and everybody that even takes a second to listen to my music. So thank you ahead of time for those of you who have been listening. And thank you for those who are going to go to my Bandcamp and check it out. All right. But yeah, I gotta say, it's been an absolute blast sitting down with you ladies today.
We've had a lot of fun too. It was very interesting, and I must admit, your music is actually listenable for someone my age. That's a big joke here. I'm older than dirt, so.
No, you're not.
It was wonderful. I really appreciate it. I love the inside that we got from how you write your music and from what we're actually listening to our experiences more so than music. We're listening to your heart and your soul. Thank you, Cloud, for joining us, singing live for us. That was so awesome. Guys, remember, send for the CD. You get a signature. That's something that
Yes.
you can hold on to. You never
Yes.
know where it's going.
And the CD is only $10.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I purposely put the album out for $10 because I know that it is a sub genre of music, and a lot of pagans don't like rap music. So if you buy my album and you find you don't like it, you're only out $10. You know, I'm not
Well,
trying to
I'll
break
have
the
to
bank.
say that was probably the best $10 you'll spend on music for a long time to come. I really appreciate you coming on the show and providing the enlightenment on rap, pagan rap, because that's not something we really hear about a lot. May you continue to make a difference in your life and others, and blessed be.
Oh, thank you. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Okay, and now it's time for the Witches Cabinet. Nikki, what's in store for our Witches Cabinet this week?
Okay, so give me one moment. Thank you, Pam. Since the sweet song of the week is misconceptions, I thought we should clear up a misconception in the witchcraft practice. Being a witch requires you to do simply more than waving a wand and saying a bunch of magical words. It actually requires you to obtain and apply knowledge. And even for a seasoned witches, you may learn something new. In today's Witches Cabinet, I'm going to show you the difference between the two most confusing magical symbols, the pentagram and the pentacle. First of all, the symbols are meaningless if we as people do not give them some sort of meaning. And knowing that that symbol only contains the meaning that we give it. Similar to the Celtic endless knot, the pentagram, the older of the two symbols, is a five-pointed star created by drawing one continuous line in a singular motion to connect once to each of the 5 points. All the angles are the same length and distance. The pentagram can mean a variety of different things depending on the religion and the culture. For instance, it represents the 5 books of Torah in Judaism. In the Greek culture, they believe that the pentagram represented the perfection of the human body: air, fire, water, earth, and spirit. In the Christianity, it represents the 5 holy wounds of Jesus as he suffered on the cross. The pentagram represents the 5 elements in the Chinese tradition, and the Celts thought of it as a symbol of the goddess Morrigan, who represents magic, battle, fertility, and sexuality. The Gypsies referred to it as the star of knowledge, and it represents the 5 virtues of knighthood: generosity, courtesy, chastity, chivalry, and piety. And although these religions and cultures agree to some extent on what the pentagram means to them, in witchcraft, the pentagram is a symbol of protection and spirit over matter, with one side pointed up and 2 sides pointed down. This states that you have control over your instincts and urges. Each angle of the pentagram represents a particular element, starting to the right: air, fire, water, earth, and spirit. As you create the magical circle, you can use the pentagram to evoke or banish the elements. You invoke them by going to the opposite direction of the element and then dismiss them by going in the direction of the element. The number 5 is a very important to the pentagram as it is a natural and is found in many different life forms, such as starfish, flowers, and the human hand. A pentacle is similar to a pentagram, except the pentacle contains a circle that surrounds and touches the pentagram. The circle contains and protects the pentagram. The circle symbolizes eternal connectedness and unity. All of the elements are interconnected and directly or indirectly affect each other. To some extent, they are one unit with interconnected parts required for survival and existence of life. So, despite the word, Pentacle does not contain any connection to the number five. And since King Solomon's time, they were the magical talismans in old texts to protect the written word. In the tarot, pentacles are also referred to as coins and represent the element of earth or deity manifesting in matter. In silver, the pentacles represent psychic abilities, but if they're made out of gold, they promote wisdom, and they are placed on altars for protection against negative entities. Until 1855, the pentagram was never thought of as a symbol of evil. During the burning times, the pentagram was never associated with witches or witchcraft. Often associated with Satanism, the inverted pentagram, one side down and two sides up, was considered evil because it represented matter over spirit and reverse of the natural order of things. Hollywood did not help matters either when it decided in the 1990s to spread the pentagram as a symbol of evil by placing it in several horror films. The Church of Satan, the signal of Bahama, as their official seal. The sigil is an inverted pentagram with a goat's head in the middle, surrounding it with a circle that has the Hebrew letters at each of the 5 points, Mount Leviathan. Apart from Satanism, the Bahama has no other meaning. Beyond this, I do not know anything further about Satanism other than the old saying, dyslexic Satan worshippers worship Santa. Wiccans do not consider the pentagram to be good or bad, and no matter which way it is pointing, a single point up represents spirit ascending over matter. Turning it upside down, spirit descending into matter, where one turns their spiritual path inwards, or a second degree initiation. When it is turned right side up again, they obtain control over their fears and emotions, and they develop mastery over themselves. So you can also look at it as a third degree initiation. But you know what? No matter which way it's pointing, it's all good. So, in conclusion, the pentagram and pentacle contain a very long history, and it is shared by many different cultures and belief systems. So, for most of the history, it's been used as a symbol for good. However, the meanings of symbols continuously change as humans progress and their values change. It changes because of the way we use and the meanings it gives us. So may your troubles be less and your blessings be more, and nothing but happiness comes through your door. And back to you, Pat.
Thank you for that informative talk, Nikki. Back to you.
And that will be our show for today. So next week, Lady Byron Ballard will be on our show discussing Appalachian magic. So come on in and stay tuned for that. We're really looking forward to being able to hear from her and what Billy Hoodoo is. So Witch Hat Chats was brought to you by the ever moving We Rise Temple, the Laughing Holistic Center, Moonlight Potions and Charms. So come back next week and sit for a spell. Continue to change the lives of yourself and others. Have a fabulous week. Thank you, Pam, for co hosting. I truly appreciate it. And everybody, blessed be.